Hi, my name's Andy, and this is my YouTube channel, The Odd Inventor, where I work on interesting and sometimes odd side projects. Let's see what I'm working on today. We've got some sad news today. I just found out yesterday that my apple tree has split. It's kind of got three main trunks coming off of the base, and one of them has toppled over. It's kind of sad because this is going to be an excellent year to harvest the apples, but I want to see if I can save that half of the tree, and I'll show you what I'm planning to do with it. Here's my apple tree, and here is the sad part that's fallen off. I think it just got so heavy and the split was a little bit rotten, but you can see I've got probably hundreds of apples that are still on here. And the thing that makes me think that it's salvageable is that the leaves aren't yet all wilting up and dying on it. I think it might be able to live. If we take a closer look in here, you can see that it's still intact at the base. And the tree split, but it didn't split any more or any less than what was already there at the split. Like, things aren't frayed or splayed out. So here's my goal, is to leverage some of these bigger splits up here and hoist them and ratchet them back to some of these splits. And then I'll be able to perhaps run a chain around it all to keep the apple tree up and together. I'll show you where I've done this before. About a couple of years ago, I made this swinging chair. It used to be one of those canopy swinging chairs. The frame had kind of gotten loose, rusted, and wobbly. It used to be canvas covered, but as you can see, I've resurfaced it using some paneling boards and then chain suspended it to the tree up here. But it wasn't until after I got it suspended that I looked over and I realized that the branch that I had actually suspended it on was severely cracked down the fork of this tree. But so what I did is I went to Fleet Farm and bought a high tensile strength chain and ran the chain all the way around the tree. And then on that side, I've bolted it together. As you can see, the crack actually runs quite far down the oak tree. And I didn't want to be sitting on this swing and have the added weight there cause this whole side of this tree to split off and come down. This chain, when I put it on, was snug, but it had wiggle to it. It has now since tightened firmly. There is no wiggle. It is definitely load bearing now. Here's a little bit of extra slack that I had. I'd rather have the chain cut too long than too short, and I didn't know how much I would need depending on wrapping it around the area. But so I want to plan on do something very similar to this for the apple tree. All right, this is what I've gathered up around the barn to try and hoist the tree back up. The main thing is going to be this tie-down strap. This is going to be doing most of the work as I ratchet it back up. I have these other three smaller ones. I think I have two more other places that I might grab, but these will be what's doing the ratcheting to pull the tree back up. Once it gets up, I'll use one of these smaller chains that I have to hold the tree together. I may use this chain permanently, or I may go buy a chain specifically for that purpose. I'd like to not use up all of my chains with hooks on them, but the apple tree is more important. I also have a chain binder over here in case I need to snug the chain up a little bit more after it's already put together. Let's take the tracker out there, get set up, and hopefully fix the tree. Okay, here you can see the operations that I've got going on. A little bit winded because this is a lot of work. All right, so here's what I got going on. This is very tight right now. I ratcheted this up. It runs from this side all the way over to this side, which is this is the falling down part. And once that gets tight, I have a second ratchet up here. This one's also a little tight, not as tight as it was, because this is just to hold the weight while I retighten the ratchet. This is about as high as I'm going to pull it. If we look, you can see that I've pulled the tree all the way together. And it might even be tighter than it was before. So now what I'm going to do is get a chain wrapped around here over to this side, tighten that up as much as I can, and then get these ratchets out of here. Let's do that next. Now that I've got this side chained up and supported pretty well, I figured while I'm out here with all the tools and stuff, I'd also chain up this branch coming off all the way up to the same spot here, so that this one doesn't fall off and rip off in the same way. So let's do that. There you have it. After I let the tension out of the ratchet strap, this is already very tight. And then same with this one, bolted on here. I cut off the excess chain, and this is also tight because I ratcheted it up before putting the chain on. That's supporting this branch right here. And now they're both very tight on there now. Hopefully this will save the tree. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of this interesting side projects that I've got going on, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.